Good day, future teachers! Ito ay part 1 ng series of video tutorials as a reviewer nyo for the licensure examination for teachers. Specifically, for general education mathematics. No? Pinasimple ko na ang explanation para mas madali nyong maintindihan. Then, after nyong panoorin ng video na ito, ay pwede nyong i-test ang iyong natutunan by clicking the link of the practice test in the description. Okay? Simulan na natin. So, question number 1, 12.5% of 40 is what number? So, to solve this problem, 12.5% no, of 40. Ibig sabihin, kukunin natin yung 12.5% ng 40. Okay? So, first step, etong 12.5% ay gawin natin munang decimal form kasi ito ay nasa percent form. So, how to make this in decimal form? Remember that this is the decimal point. So, move lang natin to the left ng dalawang beses. So, 1, 2. So, ibig sabihin, nandyan na yung point natin. So, 12.5%, ang decimal form niyan ay 0. So, we add 0 there. 0.125. Okay? So, that is how to convert percent to decimal. Paano kung ang percent ay, let's say, 25%, for example lang. Nasaan ang decimal point yan? Nandito sa dulo. Kapag whole number, ang decimal point yan lagi sa dulo. So, if we move 1, 2, nandyan yung point natin. So, therefore, ang decimal point ng 25% ay 0.25. Okay? So, that is how to convert percent to decimal. Now, let's erase this one. Next step, itong 0.125 times yung ating given, which is 40. Okay, so just multiply it, no? Pag minultiply natin yan, the answer is 5. Okay? Now, bibigyan ko kayo ng tip, ano? You can solve it actually mentally kasi minsan nakakalito ang mag-multiply, lalo na ito, no? May decimal point, okay? So, remember that 12.5% ay kalahati ng 25%. Okay? Kasi 12.5 plus 12.5 is 25%. And also remember that 25% ay kalahati ng 50%. Ano ang 50% ng 40? Kalahati niyan is 20. Okay? Itong 25% ay kalahati ng 50%. So, ano ang kalahati ng 20%? That is 10. At itong 12.5% ay kalahati ng 25%. So, ano ang kalahati ng 10? That is 5. See? Diba? Mas madali ito. You can solve it mentally. But it's your choice, ano? Kung gusto mag-multiply, okay lang, no? If you can use this one, pwede rin. So, therefore, our answer is C. Question number 2. In a test, 8 students obtained the following scores: 11, 15, 11, 18, 12, 24, 13, and 10. What is the median score? Okay, so ang tinatanong niya yung median. Now, when I say median, it means the middle number. Okay, it means middle number. Okay, pero baka malito ka, no? O kunin mo agad ang gitna dito. No, you have to arrange the set of numbers from the lowest to the highest number. So, let's start with 10. Unahin natin to. That's 10. Next, 11. Meron tayong dalawang 11. So, you have to write, no, kung ilang beses siya na nandoon sa given. Next, we have 12. And we also have 13. And next is 15. And next is 18. Ang susunod ay, or the last number is 24. Okay? Then, what is the middle number? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, 8 numbers. Even number yan. So, kapag even, malamang dalawa ang gitna niyan, no? That is 12 and 13. Pero kung add yan, let's say 5 lang to itong numbers namin. 5, di kaya 9, di kaya 11. Automatic, kung ano ang gitna, iyon yung median, no? Pero in this case, dalawa ang gitna natin. Hindi po pwedeng dalawa ang median mo, no? 12 and 13. Ano ang gagawin? We have to add the two middle numbers, then divided by 2. Laging ganyan, no? Kapag dalawa ang gitna, you add the numbers, then divided by 2. So, what is 12 plus 13? That is 25 divided by 2. So, that is 12.5. Okay? So, our answer is letter B. The median is letter B, or 12.5. Number 3. If a die is rolled, what is the probability of getting a number 3? Ang question na ito is about probability. So when we say die, this is the singular form of dice. Yung dice, yung cube, no, na merong mga dot, na may isang dot, dalawang dot, up to 6 dots, okay? Now, kapag nag-roll daw tayo ng die, ano ang probability of getting a number 3? Okay, remember this. To get the probability of an event, that is equal to number of expected outcomes over the number of possible outcomes. Okay. Actually, hindi mo kailangang i-memorize niya, no? Kailangan mo lang mag-practice ang mag-practice. Kapag ka nag-practice ka, mas natatandaan mo siya. Okay? So, the number of expected outcome. Ano ba ang tinatanong dito sa ating problem? Getting a number 3 or 3 dots. No? Okay. Ilang 3 or 3 dots meron sa die? Of course, 1. So therefore, the number of expected outcome is equal to 1 over. Ilan ba yung possible outcomes sa isang die, no? Ilan yung possible outcomes? Ilang phases ba yon? We have 6. So therefore, our answer is 1 over 6. That is letter D. Okay? Now, paano pag tinanong niya ay if you roll 2 dice, the number of possible outcomes is not 12. Okay? You have to multiply 6 times 6, that is 36. Tandaan yan, ano? How about we have 3 dice? Ilan yung possible outcomes? That is 6 times 6 times 6. That is 216. But in this case, we only have 1 die. So therefore, the number of possible outcomes is 6. Okay? Okay. Number 4. What is the least common multiple of 12 and 60? What is least common multiple? So, unahin mo nating alamin what is a multiple. Let's start with the multiples of 12. Multiples of 12. Okay? So, ang multiples niyan ay 12. Kasi 12 times 1 is 12. We also have 24. 12 times 2 is 24. 48. 60. 72. 84. 96. 108. 120. And so on and so forth. Iyan yung ating mga multiples of 12. Okay? Now, kunin naman natin yung multiples ng 60. So, the multiples of 60. Let's have 60. 60. 60 times 1 is 60. 60 times 2 is 120. And so on and so forth. Nag-stop na ako doon kasi pinapahanap sa atin yung common multiple. Okay? Meron ng common sa kanila no? Kung mapapansin mo, ano ang common na multiple? That is 120. And that is actually the least common multiple. Kasi if we continue yung multiples ng 12 and 60, meron pa yung common multiple. Pero pinapahanap sa atin yung least common multiple. So, ang least common multiple ng 12 and 60 is 120. So, the answer is letter C. Okay? Now, meron akong tips sa inyo, kapag nag-solve kayo ng least common multiple or LCM. Since may mga choices dito, okay, dapat kasi itong choices natin dito, pag dinivide natin dito sa given na 12 and 60, ang sagot mo ay whole number or it is divisible by 12 and 60. Okay? Now, kapag dinivide natin kasi ito, 340 divided by 12, the answer is 28.3 point something. Meron siyang decimal. So therefore, kung may decimal siya, hindi siya multiple. Okay, so automatic, itong letter A is not the answer. Let's eliminate that. Now, 140, tingnan natin kung pwede rin nating i-divide dito yung 12 and 60. Pero 140 divided by 12, that is 11.67 or 11.67 something, no? So definitely, dahil may decimal point siya, hindi rin ito multiple. Okay? Now, 120 divided by 12, that is 10. Okay siya. 120 divided by 60, that is 2. So, kung na-divide mo siya ng walang whole number, ibig sabihin, multiple yan ang given natin. Now, yung 360 actually, pwede mo ring i-divide yan sa 12 at 16 ng walang decimal point. But remember, hinahanap natin yung least. So, kapag nakita mo na, ay, pwede ito sa 60 and 12, huwag mo nang itry ito kasi hinahanap natin yung least. So, this is now our answer. Now, let's have number 5. Okay, number 5, the sum of the sides of a polygon is the blank. Okay, now, so ito, wala tayong computation, no? So, kailangan nating malaman ano ang definition ng mga choices natin. Okay, let's start with area. Now, when we say area, this is the space occupied inside a shape. Inside a shape. Let's say, for example, kung meron tayong figure, no? Let's say a quadrilateral, ang area niyan ay itong nasa loob niya. Yan, that is the area. Okay, ang space niyan occupied ng flat surface or plane figure. That's the area, no? And the unit used for area ay square units. Square units. That's for the area. Okay? Kapag area yan, ang makikita mo dyan ay m squared or square meter, square centimeter, and others. Okay? That's the area. So definitely, the answer is not area kasi ang tinatanong the sum of the sides. Okay? Next, let's have volume. Now, the definition of volume is the amount of space in a three-dimensional figure. Okay. So, pag volume naman, let's say for example, meron tayong rectangular prism, no? Okay. So, yung volume niya, yung space, yung amount ng space na meron dito sa loob ng three-dimensional figure. So, anong kaiba ng volume and area? Area is the amount of space inside a plane figure, flat surface. Pero pag volume, kasi 3D ito no? Solid ito. So, kumbaga, ilan yung space na malalagay mo dun sa loob? That is volume. And this is denoted by cubic units. So, ang unit niya, may cube, may 3 sa taas. Okay? Now, for legs naman, kapag, let's say, for example, meron tayong right triangle. So, when you say right triangle, isang angle ay 90 degrees. Okay? The longest side is what we call the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse. That is the longest side. And paano natin malalaman na longest side siya? Opposite siya ng 90 degrees. That's the hypotenuse. Now, the other two sides, ito yung tinatawag nating legs. Okay, so definitely, question number 5 is not leg. Next, of course, dahil hindi letter A, hindi letter B, and letter C, definitely, that is letter D. So, perimeter is the sum of the sides of a polygon. I-add mo lang lahat ng side ng polygon, that is the perimeter. Ano ang unit? Walang cubic, walang square, kundi, let's say, meter. Meter lang, centimeter. Okay, kilometer. That is perimeter. Kasi ang sinusukat mo lang dyan, yung kanyang length, yung haba, no, ng lahat ng sides ng isang polygon. Let's have number 6. If the average or arithmetic mean of x and negative 8 is 10, then what must be the value of x? Okay, now, pag average or mean, you just add the numbers divided by kung ilan sila. That's the mean, diba? Now, the first number is x. Okay, it is unknown, hindi natin alam. Kaya, x siya, no? The pangalawang number is negative 8. So, x plus negative 8 divided by, ilan ba sila? Dalawa, no? Itong x saka negative 8. Kaya, i-divide natin sa 2. Ang sagot daw ay 10 kasi ang mean niya ay 10. Okay, so let's solve for x. You copy x. Ito, since magkaiba ng sign, no? We change the sign. Magiging minus na yan. Over 2 equals 10. Now, how to solve this one? Okay, we have to multiply this one, both sides of the equation, sa kanyang LCD. So, since wala naman tayong ibang denominator maliban sa 2, automatic 2 ang i-multiply natin both sides of the equation. Okay? It means, pwede nating i-cancel out yan, cancel out na ito. So, ang natira na lang sa left side of the equation, okay, let's write this part, x minus 8 equals 10 times 2 is 20. Pero ang hinahanap sa atin ay x. So, para mawala itong minus 8, we add both sides of the equation by 8. Okay? To cancel out this one, x na lang. So, 20 plus 8 is 28. Okay? So, the answer is letter C. Okay? But actually, kapag ganito yung problem, no, pinapahanap yung x, at meron ka namang choices, i-try mo na lang palitan yung x dito. Okay? Since apat lang naman yan, try mo sa apat na yan, na pag inad mo sa negative 8, tapos dinivide mo sa 2, the answer is 10. Okay? And that is 28. Kasi 28 plus negative 8, divide mo sa 2, no? This is 28, ma-minus mo na to. So, this is 20. Divide 2, that is 10. Okay? Pwede mo yung gawin, no? Substitute mo lahat ng choices dito sa x. Then, i-add mo sa negative 8, divide mo sa 2, the answer must be 10. Okay? Okay, number 7. If a student has an average of 78% on his first 2 tests and has an average of 85% on the next 4 tests, what is the final average on all 6 tests? Okay, now, usually, kapag ganito ang mean lang yan, i-add natin to tapos divided by 2. Pero hindi po pwede yan dito sa problem natin. Okay, kasi sabi niya, first 2 tests. Sa 85% naman, yung next 4 tests. So, ibig sabihin, hindi sila equal. Kung equal ito, take 2 tests lang ito, pwede nating i-add to, divided by 2, pwede yon. Hindi kasi equal yan eh. So, ang gagawin natin ay 78 times 2, okay? That is 156, okay? Bakit ko tinimes na to? Kasi there are 4 tests. So, this is now the total score, okay? And then, 85 times 4 tests, that is equal to 340. Okay, then, we add these two. So, 156 plus 340, okay? That is 496. Okay, so this is now the total score natin, no? Yung 496. So we have now 496, ilang test ba yun? Okay, we have 2 plus 4, that is 6. So, 496 divided by 6, that is 82.67. So, therefore, our answer is letter B. Okay, let's have to simplify number 8. So, ito ay series of operations. Okay, meron tayong rule sa mathematics na tinatawag nating PEMDAS. Okay? Okay, so P stands for parentheses, but actually, tumutukoy siya sa grouping symbol. So, lahat ng grouping symbol, hindi lang siya parentheses, no? Pwede siyang parenthesis, pwede siyang bracket, or pwede rin siyang brace. Okay? So, ang tawag dito, grouping symbols. Yan ang uunahin nating i-simplify. Next, E stands for exponent, and M and D stands for multiply or multiplication and division, divide. But actually, pwede rin itong division muna, then multiply, depende kung ano ang nauna. Hindi ibig sabihin na M and D, you always start with multiplication. No, kapag nauna ang division from left to right, unahin mo ang division. Kung nauna ang multiplication, doon sa ating given, unahin mo ang multiplication. The same with A and S, that is addition and subtraction. From left to right din ito. Kung nauna yung plus, then you add. Kapag nauna yung subtraction, then you subtract. Okay? Depende kung ano ang nasa given from left to right. Now, so unahin natin itong parentheses. So, laging mauna yung pinakaloob ng parentheses. Okay, so now, kailangan mawala itong parentheses. To do that, we copy first 6 minus 5. Okay, now, kailangan mawala ito, no? We have to multiply this one or change the sign, no? Parehas yan negative, magiging plus 3. Okay? Kapag same sign plus, pag may kaiba minus. Then, you copy muna the remaining terms. Okay? Next, uunahin natin to. Susunod natin itong bracket. Since may bracket, ibig sabihin, isimplify natin yung nasa loob ng bracket. Ito, wala tayong problema kasi ang operation lang natin is addition. So, we just simply add. We have to add all this. 1, so 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 plus 10 is 18. 18 plus 8 is 26. Okay, so 26. Then, we have 6 minus. Actually, we can eliminate itong bracket na symbol, Pero kung ito ay negative yung nasa loob, ang operation natin magiging plus. Okay, remember that, Katulad ng ginawa natin dito. Pero since wala namang negative sign dito, this is positive, minus pa rin yan. Minus 26. And what is 6 minus 26? Okay, so lagi ito tatandaan. Kapag nag-subtract kayo ng maliit, ima-minus mo sa malaki. That is always negative. So that is negative 20. So your answer is letter D. Next, simplify. Actually, this is the same doon sa number 8. Okay, so unahin muna natin yung nasa loob ng parentheses. Pero tatandaan ito sa algebra, you cannot add or subtract unlike terms. Ibig sabihin ng unlike terms, magkaiba ng variable at magkaiba ng exponent. Para ma-add mo siya or subtract, kailangan magkapares ng variable and exponents. Pero in this case, you cannot subtract this one, x minus 4y, hindi pwede. 4y minus 3x, hindi pwede. 2x plus y, hindi pwede. So what we're going to do is, distribute muna natin itong nasa labas, okay, papunta dun sa loob. So that will become 3 times x, that's 3x. 3 times 4y, so that's 12y. Anong magiging sign? Minus pa rin. Okay? Kasi wala ka namang negative dito. Okay? Kung negative to, magiging plus dito. Since wala ka namang negative doon, just simply copy. Okay? So, pwede na natin tanggalin yung parenthesis. Now, this time also, distributin natin yung ating operation or change the sign. Magiging minus 4y. Then, ito ay magiging plus 3x. Okay? Ganon din ang gagawin natin dito. Okay? So this is minus 2x minus y. Oh, why minus? Kasi magkaiba na to ng sign eh. No? This is, yan. Magkaiba to ng sign. Okay, now, next step, combine like terms. Ibig sabihin ng like terms, lahat ng may x, pagsasamahin natin. So this one, ito, yan. So pagsamahin lang natin, 3x, copy plus 3x, copy minus 2x. Okay? Then, lahat naman ng may y, pagsamahin din natin. So, copy minus 12y, minus 4y, minus y. Okay? Then, you can now add yung like terms. Lahat ng may x, pwede nating i-simplify, pwede nating i-add or subtract. Then, ganun din sa y. Okay? So, 3x plus 3x, that's 6x. 6x minus 2x, that is 4x. Okay? Next, so this one, parehas naman yan yung sign nila eh, no? Negative. You can add actually all the numbers, pero yung sign niya dito is negative. Okay, so 12 plus 4 is 16. Remember, kapag variable siya, understood na may 1 dyan. Okay, pero hindi sinusulat yung 1. But understood na there is 1. So 12 plus 4 is 16 plus 1 is 17. You copy y. So therefore, what is our answer? Letter C. Now, number 10. 12,500 pesos is what percent of 50,000? What is our principal amount? That is 50,000 times. Yun ang hinahanap natin kung ilang percent. So, since hindi naman natin alam, we just copy or we just write x is equal to 12,500. Okay? So, yung 50,000 times kung ilang percent siya, makukuha natin yung 12,500. Okay? So, what we're going to do, since kinukuha natin yung x, divide natin both sides of the equation by 50,000. Okay? Cancel out. So, x is equal to 12,500 divided by 50,000 is equal to 0.25. Okay? This is in decimal form. So, we have to make this one into percent form. Now, kanina, sa ating example number 1, kapag nagawa ka ng percent to decimal, move to the left. Pero from decimal to percent, move to the right. Okay? So, ito yung point natin. Dalawang beses ka mag-move. 1, 2. So, nandito yung ating decimal point. Or, kapag ka nasa dulo yung decimal point, pwede na nating hindi isulat yung 0.0. Okay? That is 25%. So, our answer is letter B. Okay? Or, ano ang kalahati ng 50,000? Ang kalahati ng 50,000 ay 25,000. So, if this is 100%, ang 25% ay kalahati ng, ang 25,000 ay kalahati ng 100%. That is 50%. Ano ang kalahati ng 25%? Anong kalahati ng 25,000? That 12,500. Anong kalahati ng 50%? That is 25%. So therefore, si 12,500 ay 25% ng 50,000. Okay? This time, subukan natin ang iyong natutunan sa video na ito. Click mo yung link sa description, then try to answer the practice test. Okay? Then, don't forget to write your score in the comment section. Thank you for watching.